it went pretty good. Even though I didn't get quite the results that I wanted, but in the super single I was able to come fourth behind Adam Clark, which is riding tremendously good, even though he had problems. But and then Ben Glady was there as well, and Gunner is first. So I was able to scoop fourth place, which is still keeps me in the lead for the super single class. So my goal obviously is to keep up this weekend with that and stay focused and stay in front of Adam at least, and try to keep those points difference going.
Yeah, well, so after the first two rounds of some pretty good results, I had some midsummer injuries from a track day crash that I'm still sort of recovering from, or trying to recover from. Maybe not so much physically anymore, but at least pace-wise. So my season started super strong and has had a little dip in the middle. And hopefully this weekend, my plan is to get back on the pace that I started with this year, and kind of finalize some of the setting changes that I was making before my injury, and see if I can get back to my pace.
Yeah, the starts, I think it's an important thing here. I have been trying to focus the entire season on a start. Once you're ahead of somebody or the group, it's easy to stay in front. Or if you start from a second row and you jump in the front right from the start, it's easy to stay up there. So I've been focusing on that. That's my focus this weekend as well, to have a good start.
Yeah, so for the last two rounds, I need to just put in the results. I think I'm sitting second in middleweight GP by maybe 1 or 2 points over Ricky, and so I need to get it done and basically finish in front of Rick for the next two rounds. So that's my goal, that's my focus. And my other two classes, I'm sitting in second with a points buffer, so I just need to finish those rides. But middleweight GP is where my focus is, and I'll be pushing hard for it.
Obviously, I want to thank all my sponsors, not in a particular order, but Penguin Racing School, Innovative Motorsports, REB Graphics, MTAG with Metzler's tires. They keep me on point on those tires. I have Bell helmets, I have Dainese boots, Vortex Racing, and I think I don't forget. A Bison Racing suits. Thank you so much.
Well, I had a pretty rough weekend. I woke up with some back issues, physically almost unable to walk out of my trailer, and I actually went over to take myself out of all my races thinking I wouldn't be able to do anything. By the time racing came around, it was a little better, so I figured I might try going out in GTL, warm up, practice, and might be able to do something during Superbike later in the day. When I got out there, it wasn't too bad, but I couldn't get down to my pace. I couldn't get weight off the bars with my back being messed up. I was holding myself up the whole time. So I think I slotted into fourth off the line and just stayed there. I couldn't fight up front. A couple seconds off my pace, and then when I went out for a lightweight superbike later in the day, I crashed again on lap 2. So yeah, didn't have a very good weekend.
Yeah. So new RS 660 Aprilia, Seacoast Sport Cycle bike. I've ridden out of there forever. It's really great. They hooked me up with this. The differences in switching from a large Ducati into it are engine configuration, how it delivers power, and obviously handling. Things that I do like about it are its handling. The modern day in design has lengthened the rear of the motorcycle motorcycles and shrunk the front. They call a lot of this on mass centralization. That's been going on for years. The older Ducati that I was on had a really very strong motor and a 90-degree V-twin. Those deliver excellent torque characteristics. So coming off of a corner, the delivery of power is such that you can get a lurch away from your opponent, that has to spool up his bike, if it be a inline 4. So it takes more RPM for him. He doesn't deliver as much torque. That torque and that configuration equals lap times and getting away from your competition. This one has a reasonable amount of torque as it's a parallel twin, but not as much as the Ducati. But it makes up for that in its lightweight nature due to new design, and due to the torque number is good, and due to its long swing arm, it handles well.
So this round I'm going to be trying to race my GSXR again. I'm still going to be on the KTM 790 Duke. I'm going to be pulling out a GTL and try racing the GTO, because next year I'm going to go to middleweight and I want to get a little seat time on this before the season starts. So I'll still do lightweight super sport, lightweight super bike on the Duke, and just the GTO on this bike, feel it out.
Racing plans. Well, let's see, you're only 2 rounds left. I have been doing this for so long, I am incredibly guilty of not really caring that much. It looks like I might, as I have a bike, another bike, and but when it really comes down to it, I just enjoy the racing itself. I have enough championship trophies in my cellar over the years. I've been racing for 30 years. That it'd be nice to have another one if things fell into place, but to really, get worked up about it, I just don't. I go out, I race the day, and each race one at a time, and let things fall where they may, and that helps. There's no pressure, and that's a lot of guys will get whipped up in it if they don't have a championship trophy in their cellar and they've been doing this for a while. That's the goal, obviously, and like I said, I've done it for 30 years. I have plenty. I still wouldn't mind getting another one, don't get me wrong, I come here all the time, but if it's halfway snowing tomorrow and it's 40 degrees, you're probably not going to see me out there riding.
Yeah. It's definitely going to take some getting used to. I took just about 2 years off from riding the GSXR at all, riding solely the twins, and then when I finally got back on this at the track day, I just thought the thing was broken. It had nothing coming out of the corners, and it took me a couple sessions to realize that I need to rev the hell out of this thing to make it do anything, which the Duke, I could be down at $2,000 and it would have gone out of the corner like nothing. So it's definitely a different riding style. It'll probably take me a couple of rounds to get used to it, but I think I'll be right back there, hopefully top 5 by the end of next season.
So far, it's been going really good. The Penguin Mentor program has been helping me out a lot. Eric Wood, he's been a huge help all year. My teammates helping me go over data, helping with just the little things of racing. It's just been awesome. So definitely a good season. I still have a lot of progress to make. I'm looking to drop into the 18s this round and stick with them consistently next round. So we'll see.
Yeah, so I stepped it up a lot. I got a little refresh on the bike, so I was just getting back used to how everything was feeling. I was messing with some positions of handlebars and foot pegs, just trying to get more comfortable, like messing with tire pressures and just trying to feel more comfortable with the bike to then help me be able to push harder. And it seems like it worked. I went a little faster, not as much as I would have hoped, so that's what this weekend's for. But I don't know, it was still a good weekend. I really, I don't know, I had a good time, and yeah, it's always a good time here, but yeah, we're just gonna see how it goes this round. But last round I had some good battles with Lucas, especially. We kept going back and forth, and I ended up beating him once and he beat me once, and that we were going back and forth, so we were like pretty even. And yeah, I don't know, it was a good round, and yeah, I was looking forward to more of it.
So yeah, there's a lot to going fast here. I mean, everybody keeps stepping up their game each round by dropping half a second, a few tenths. So it's really just a process of getting up there. You just got to stick with, you got to get a good start, then you got to stick with the people up front, because that's what's going to get you those good lap times.
Yeah, so everyone's trying to push each other as hard as they can because everyone's going for that top spot. But like, yeah, everyone's got their spots that they're faster and some spots where you're slower. So like when you sit behind someone, you can figure out where those spots are. So then like during a race, you can capitalize on them and try and see what you can do and actually like make a pass and obviously make it clean, and then just go back and forth and don't take each other down is really what you're trying to do, because no one wants to be that guy. But yeah, if you're just going back and forth, it's a good battle, then it's entertaining to watch and fun to be a part of. So everyone enjoys it.
The secret to a fast lap, there's still a lot of things to go into it. It's really just getting really good drives, holding really good roll speed, hitting your brake markers, you know, pushing yourself. You really got to hit everything just to go fast, and it takes a lot. Just having mental preparation and definitely having someone faster in front of you makes you go a lot quicker.
Well, so you gotta, like, if you're thinking you have to brake at some spot, you gotta brake way deeper than you'd ever think of. Even if it doesn't feel right, it'll stick, but it'll be a little sketchy. But you gotta make it stick if you're gonna try and hang with like the top guys, especially. Because like if you're just kind of putting around out there, you're not really gonna do anything fast. But if you're braking as hard as you can, getting on the gas as hard as you can, and like trying to even like draft people to get like even past them on the straightaway or get your top mile an hour faster, like everything just goes into helping each other with a faster lap time, and then that'll build racecraft, and then the racecraft will help you pass people, and then that'll turn into wins and podiums.
So the plan for this weekend obviously is to do some 18s. It's a little cold today, so I'm just trying to fix some body position stuff to help me go faster, be a little bit smoother. And then next weekend we'll be hopefully sticking with the 18s, and then hopefully getting on a podium.
Dasher Catch Day was really good. I got a strong start, and I kind of made my way through up into about second into 1A, and didn't really make the pass fully stick, but got around Paul out of 2 and outdrove him. I guess Scotty split him on the inside, so it was just a drag race in the 3 between all 3 of us, and I broke both of them. And I led for, I think, a solid lap, and then I heard Scotty all over me. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 laps, but I knew he was going to be there. I knew he was going to be strong, and I ran my first 12 in practice this morning, and I think I ran 10 12s in that race. So, he pushed me really hard that race, and I tried keeping him honest, and I don't think he pulled that far for me until the last lap, when I kind of just gave it the sat up and waved to the fans in turn 11, telling them I appreciated them cheering for me every single lap. So thank you guys.
It's still great to get out there and race. I love racing with John Donald and John Grush, and I like I don't know, it's great. I do the older Formula 50 class, and I do the Formula 40 Lights class as well, and it's a lot of fun. The guys are amazing to race with. It's still always great, a lot of competition, but I'm not worried about someone really taking me out, because it's like, I don't feel like going to the hospital, nor do they, so we're kind of good. It's a lot of fun. Like, even on a day like today, there's a lot going on for Eli. Eli's my son, and I want to make sure that everything's just right. There's a lot that goes on with all this, and if I'm not having a good, easy mental day because we're having a problem with a battery, or we're having a problem with a bike or something, I want to make sure that I don't need to race. I've had my years. I've always had a great time riding up here, and I used to race with Martin back in the day as well. And like I said, I just want to make sure that they're all set. And for me, the racing is just about fun. I just come out here and have a really good time. And if I'm mentally somewhere else, then I'm gonna not ride the bike for the day. I still have a great time. Our teammates, Adam's just absolutely killing it. We got a new teammate, Ty, Eli, John Donald. I mean, there's so many people that are doing so well that I don't have to win to win. We win. We had a great day. Everybody did well. Renee Franco killed it today. Adam killed it today. Oh my God. I just forgot his little brother. Come on, help me. What's his? Ryan Imbo absolutely killed it today. These guys killed it today. Everybody just did so well, and it's so nice to see the progression from the kids really pushing it together. I think even there's so many records today. It was just incredible. So for me, my racing secondary. I care about the kids, and I care about everybody else in the garage more than for me personally, and I still win. So.
Running that pace, I know there's not a lot of people that have ran that pace, and I mean, as you said, a few people haven't been able to do that or chase down Scotty in a long time. So it's kind of it was good to run that pace. It wasn't really, it wasn't too hard. I felt very comfortable running that pace. It kind of reminded me of running 14s on a motard. I can kind of just get to the high 12s pretty consistently and easily without having to push, and it was really comfortable. I mean, being able to see Scotty was kind of cool, seeing him, pull away from me over 4, but I would catch him a whole bunch from 9 to 11. So that's kind of what the yo-yo effect was between us two. So, I probably told him that. So you're welcome, Scotty. But you don't need that. But yeah, it's really, it was a really good race, and that pace is, it's fast. But I think we're going to go faster by the end of this year.
There's a ton of effort, and I've said this from day one. You win your races in the garage. If your bike doesn't finish, I have proven that. I was never the fastest racer, but I've never had a mechanical. In 15 years, I've never had a mechanical that put me out of a race. And, when I was racing Martiri and we were racing, he was always faster than me. And I won that year because his bike kept breaking. And, my bike just doesn't break. So it's just about making sure things are just so, and they're perfect and they're right, and then you don't have to worry about it. Now you can go out and do it. Your mind is clear. You don't have to worry about something breaking down, and you can go do your job. For Eli, this is we didn't plan on him doing so well. This was supposed to be let's test the waters this year with the 600, and fortunately or unfortunately, I got a bike that we had to do a lot of work to. We put a ton of time into it. I learned a ton of stuff. I had a lot of help. Tim Hogan, Peter Kate's, what's it called, Ricky, just so many people. Bouse Racing did some tuning for us. You know, I built we took the motor apart, redid different things, suspension, you know, learned so much stuff, and just kind of working on it and getting all the input from people so that I know where great baseline is, and then we keep testing. You know, we did tons of testing. Stowe, the man, the guy, he's everything, helping us out all the way through. It's like, let's try a new tire. You don't know unless you continue to test. So we're just trying, you know, Eli's really good at giving me feedback, and you know, we've really done a great program with this. It's only been 3 race weekends, and he's a phenom. He is doing stuff, it's just crazy, but he gives me great feedback, and then I can give an adjustment, and he can tell me if it worked or it didn't work, you know. So I think that's some of the biggest stuff. On the motard, he's just a freak of nature, and we tried so many different things this year again, and we've ended up back to where we started off. You know, we thought we needed to go here, there, or the other, and then, you know, you just got to keep testing. You got to keep testing, and I love helping everybody. And this year has been a little harder, and you know, I have so many people that even stopped over today, and I just haven't had time, and just you know, I'm trying to make sure everybody is all set. So sometimes you run a little short. You know, as my wife says, it's like, you know, even before the weekends, there's 15 to 20 hours of going into the bikes before we even get here. You know, and then when you get here, you just don't stop. You know, so, but it's great. I love it. I love working on bikes. I love making sure they're just right. And then, you know what, to have a pilot like my son, and it's, you know, he's my racer, but he's my son, and it's a very proud thing to do, to say that, man, this kid is that fast, and he, you know, sometimes he's a good kid. Sometimes. So, yeah, it's all good. I like it.
The season's been going really well. I've been getting a lot of wins and competing with everybody, so it's been going really well. I just jumped in super singles just to have fun, and I actually started winning, so I'm just going to stick to it for the rest of the year, but I just jumped in it just to have fun and try to see other classes to push me more. And super singles is good because you have all the SVs and stuff jumping in with you, and it's going really well.
It's a whole different field with all the expert guys. They're much faster and much more precise with what they're doing. I guess a good amount of the process for me was getting laps, but it was also watching the people who are ahead of you and watching what they do and how they do it, and kind of try and implement some of the things that they do into your process. And I found that it kind of helps to give you a bit more structure of what you're doing, and how to go about doing certain things.
The plan is just to hang in there and get ready for Daytona for baggers with Trask Performance.
For the rest of this season, I'm just going to be working on dialing in parts of the track and focusing on really, I guess, dialing in my setup and working on getting faster through certain parts that I'm struggling a little in. And the goal is to go for Rookie of the Year.